Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Briana, and this is the start of my fourth wing journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider, here to help this first year. Just a quick note, this book contains explicit content, including swearing, sex, violence, and death. And so will this podcast. This specific episode will have character death.
Yep.
Very sadly.
Yeah. Not just like off-page character death either.
In your right there.
Yep.
Okay, so today we are discussing chapters 10 and 11.
Yes. And we are finally here at Gauntlet Day, which means we must only be a few chapters away from, the threshing, which I'm so excited for.
Yep. I mean, they say the presentation comes first.
Yeah,
but
that's why I said a few
close.
chapters away.
Yeah. So cool. So at the start of chapter 10, there is a little blurb, which is from the Book of Brennan. And he says, "Don't underestimate the challenge of the gauntlet, Mira. It's designed to test your balance, strength, and agility. The times don't matter for shit, only that you make it to the top. Reach for the ropes when you have to. Coming in last is better than coming in dead."
Yep. This is just more... this is a great way to introduce a chapter because it's about the gauntlet.
Yep.
But also, more proof that all of these blurbs are stuff that she has already read.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Seeming to be something that she herself has read.
Or knows something about of some sort, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It has so far fit that way. Okay, cool. So they all are there looking up at the obstacle course. So this is an obstacle course that's going up this cliff. Yeah. So it's like zigzagging death trap is what she kind of describes it as. And there's this girl, Orly, R.I.P. Sorry. We already know because we've read these chapters, but still, she's like so excited here. She's like, this is amazing. And they're like, who are you? What the heck?
I feel like everyone who's like excited to be here dies.
So obviously we learned something. Don't be excited.
You have to be brave, but not excited.
That's funny. Yeah, she talks about how her dad, taught her and gave her all this training. Again, if that doesn't say, like, also training will not guarantee your,
right.
living your life expectancy. No,
not really. Also, just like looking back, knowing that her family didn't do anything for her after she died.
Oh, I know. How
and
sad.
Hearing that like they trained her and stuff. I guess
were they just disappointed at that point?
That's what it like comes across like.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It does come across that way. All right. So then she does mention something. I think she gives some advice here about the giant posts and stuff. Violet kind of like thinks to herself, Brandon, you could have mentioned that in your book.
I know. Not only could he have mentioned that. Okay, actually, this is later. I have a specific note that I'm like, Mira, why didn't you make a few adjustments in the notebook knowing how short she is?
Oh, yeah. So tell me later for sure.
Oh, so annoying.
We have Violet kind of getting a little nervous here. She's sort of like, almost like, should I have gone to the scribe quadrant?
Yeah, but she also says that this was like the first time since she talked to Dane that she actually considered it, which means in that whole time in the last week
when she promised to consider it,
she was not considering it. No. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think she just said like, yeah, I'll think about it just to make him feel better, but had no plans to actually think about it until right now when she's like, okay, yeah, this is scary.
Right. That's true. They do talk about like why it's called the gauntlet. I did look up gauntlet. It is like that, a shiny, what's it called?
A glove.
Yeah. But running the gauntlet or things like that means doing something that is like a hard obstacle or like some, a tough thing to do, basically. So that is a saying, to run the gauntlet, or maybe other versions of that,
Interesting. I didn't even question why it was called that until they brought it up. And then I was like, besides a metal glove, I actually have never heard this word.
Yeah. Throw down the gauntlet. That's like to challenge someone.
Yeah, but that's
actually throwing down the glove. Yeah, exactly.
Because then it changed to like just a normal glove that you would throw down and that would challenge. Or
smack the person in the face with.
Sure.
I would, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like this comment from Tynan. I'm not sure about how to pronounce his name.
Wish he
Where
was one that
he's just
died.
being all. You wish. He said he wished he was one who died.
If there had to be one of them.
Yeah, why not him? He's all like, yeah, we're trying to keep out the weaklings so that, we don't present them to the dragons and stuff. But he's like staring at Violet when he says that. And Riddick comes to her defense here and says, knock it the fuck off.
I know. And throughout these 2 chapters, he seems like there's clearly in this time that has passed, they have gotten closer as friends. And it made me wonder if this is like the thing I maybe imagined happening with Dylan before Dylan died in 3 pages.
R.I.P. Dylan.
But I like was like, oh, maybe like is he gonna have like a one-way crush that's like not reciprocated by her? Is that gonna come into play ever? Or is it just like, they're just friends and he's just a nice guy?
Yeah. I do have to say, because this has nothing to do with any kind of spoilers at all, but just I've mentioned to you before how like there's some kind of running joke a little bit in the fandom about Dylan.
Yeah.
And I've thought about the fact that Dylan is probably the most loved character that was in the shortest passage of any book in any book ever. Like who only is in, what was it, like 2 pages or something?
I think it was genuinely either 3 or 4 pages.
Yeah. And then people like he literally has a name, like the fandom talks about him.
Well, I had to look back because I forgot his name.
So don't worry.
I'm not there yet. I don't love him that much yet. But maybe if I hate everyone else more and more.
But it's kind of a joke, the love for him too, at the same time, Anyways, okay, yeah, so Riddick is obviously standing up for her and actually losing his temper instead of just being humorous. So she's like seeing a little more serious side of him, right?
Right.
And even Tynan, I'm going to say Tynan, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is also saying, what's your problem? Like to Riddick because... Oh, and here, remember I told you that I was confused about a statement about Riddick? Here it says he's twice as wide and half a foot taller than Tynan.
Riddick?
And we had this conversation. Right here it says this on page 116.
Was Riddick the one that was smaller?
Yes. So this is why I'm so confused.
Well,
remember I said we got to follow
really
this.
Short.
So Tynan must be teeny? Teeny Tynan?
Now I have like a whole different view of Riddick now, so I'm trying to like...
You couldn't remember that was the one he was the one I've been trying to like figure out. Well, it's page 62. I'm not sure what chapter it is, but
That's
it says
chapter 5.
Riddick is on the smaller side and Orly is built just like Mira. So he's talking about them being evenly matched inside. Yep. So on the smaller side, compared to what? We talked about that. Orly built matched to Mira is a taller, more probably more well-built woman, right? So they're equally matched. Well, then here, suddenly, Riddick is twice as wide. Do you know how twice as wide is?
Yeah, it's pretty wide. Well, and maybe Tynan is
half
tiny.
A foot taller isn't a big deal, but Tynan,
he must be the skinniest little guy.
Tiny. You remember? Yeah, that's good. I like that now.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I honestly really think that so many people will not agree with me because, Rebecca is so exact in her writing that it's hard to think she would make this mistake. But how do you go from being on the smaller side to suddenly being twice as wide as another
human being,
another man who is never mentioned as being teeny tiny?
No.
So it's weird, and that might be the last time we'll hear a description. But if we see any more, let me know. Maybe we can figure this out.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that because he just seems like a completely different person in these chapters that I kind of forgot this was the same guy we were tracking. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she did change her mind about how this character was going to play into the story, and then suddenly he's still like kind of funny and stuff, but I don't know.
She gave him more character and didn't want him to be small and scrawny anymore.
I guess. Or you know what? Maybe he's just
he couldn't have been too small and scrawny.
It's been a few months. Oh, he is 20 though. Usually don't.
He's probably bulked up for sure.
Yeah.
But twice as wide is a bold statement. Riddick then says to him, what, you think because you made friends with Barlow and this guy Cypher, I think it's Owen.
Cypher, yeah, he was the first one she fought.
Yeah. That you can now be a dick to your own squad mate. So obviously these guys are getting
I
tied
know.
into this whole thing.
What I was like, this is like the I Hate Rachel Club from Friends. It's like they're just like going around like converting people into hating her. They have nothing better to do. These men are so obsessed with her. You're telling me
Right.
with all the fighting, the like everything they have going on trying to stay alive, they have time to like recruit people to their I Hate Violet Club.
Yeah, right? I don't know. It's crazy.
They they're so obsessed with her.
You think they would have more important things to do.
For real.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, he makes some kind of comment about how like we get some kind of ranking on this gauntlet thing on time. And so like if someone holds us back, it holds back the whole squad. And then you could be the last one in presentation because it goes by order of presentation. But then I think Sawyer here then says something like, it doesn't mean anything. The last cadet that walked in last year bonded just fine.
Yeah.
And we know that Sawyer didn't bond.
Yeah. I like that he doesn't like take the bait when he's getting taunted though. But
yeah,
this is just a practice run, so are they just being timed so they can improve their
yes,
timing?
That's
throughout?
the idea I get. Yeah, it's just like we're timing you to see how you're gonna do. You got to compare it to the other ones. You got to work on it. You got to get faster.
I actually wrote like, are they just being timed so they can get scared and fail?
Well, that too, right? So we're weeding out the weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Emeretto's here. Emeterio. Wow.
It is quite the name.
Professor Emeterio is here. I've been always calling him in my head Emeretto. Sorry. And he explains the gauntlet a little bit more, but we don't need to go over that. 9 of them to get up in an hour before it's the next squad's chance to practice.
Right.
They also mentioned that they're the only squad that is still intact, which is like good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it does give each person less time
to get up,
mm-hmm. which is kind of interesting.
Well, they lose a person here, so it'll be easier next time.
Yeah. The only squad. Like, is it really Dane? Because it says, like, oh, he must be proud of you guys or whatever. Is it somehow him? Or
they just have the coolest people in the squad. I don't know.
Is it just, like, chance? Like, it seems so crazy that they're the only ones who haven't lost anyone.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And, when we go through what we've gone through so far, you don't really see a lot of Dane telling him what to do or not to do.
Yeah.
So we don't really know, is he doing anything? It's kind of hard to say.
I know, like, maybe he's in the back using his powers to help them. I don't even know how that would be possible.
We know his power is seeing their, what is he doing? Walking up to each one and being like, okay, I want to give you some advice about this idea you're about to have.
It's dumb.
Do not do it.
Don't go cliff diving for fun.
Yeah,
other people are doing.
Don't jump in the ravine where the last person died.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. So we'll just keep going.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. Then of course, because he says, "Oh, your squad leader must be proud," Tynan. Sorry, you guys. Tynan. Then of course makes a deal about, oh yeah, he really is proud of Violet and all this stuff. And then it comes out and they're just like, they were like friends. They grew up together, and he's actually says he's sorry, which is he could have just been like, I don't care.
Yeah, he could have been like, they could have still be sleeping together.
Yeah, like how does that change anything? I mean, honestly, how does it change anything?
I don't know.
But he does say he's sorry, so there's a little bit of something good in him, I guess.
I think it changes, like, specifically, it's not just like that they're friends. I think it's the line about how, don't you know about our own leadership to know his dad is her mom's aide. I think that, like, that kind of does make their dynamic of him trying to protect her and, like, being all in her business make more sense for that specific relationship. So maybe that's why.
And he obviously didn't know that.
Yeah.
He did think that just somehow they,
And Barlow's just lying. Or
he doesn't know.
He just is believing that that's true.
Yeah, he doesn't even tell you what Barlow said. He just says, Barlow said, and then they're like, why are you listening to that sadistic ass?
Yeah.
And they say listening to that sadistic ass is going to get you killed. And that you're lucky that Atos isn't here because he would have not been happy.
And then she thinks to herself that Xaden would have just beat the shit out of him. And then she's like, why am I thinking about that?
Why am I thinking about this guy?
She's so funny. But, okay, this is like the exact thing that Mira was warning her about even though she isn't actually doing it, but this was like the reaction that Mira was like saying, like, don't sleep outside your year because of this exact thing, especially your own squad leader. But
Find someone else's squad leader.
it's gonna be so much better when it's her wing leader.
Right?
But yes, anyways, it's just like an example of what she was warning
Yeah.
Violet about. But it is kind of funny because she's literally not even doing it. And then they bring up great points about how, like, if she's being accused of this, at least she could get the benefits of actually sleeping with him.
Right.
I was like, it's a great point.
Yeah, at this point, she's like, why not? I might as well just get some sex while I'm at it.
I know. Dane should think about that. God.
Oh, yeah, she does think to herself, like, surely Dane would actually make a move if he really wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So she is
because he does
wondering.
seem to break the rules for her in general. So it seems like that's true, I guess.
Question mark?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just trying to not make her like more of a target.
Yeah.
But if again, they all seem to think that, so it's like what's
It
the
doesn't make
difference?
any difference at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that conversation, the professor brings up to them, they have 9 practice sessions. So that means they're going to keep going within this next 2.5 weeks. So I guess that's presentation, right? Yeah, presentation is in 2.5 weeks, and they have 9 practice sessions to get into that ranking of who gets to get presented first.
Yep. I just love when a book spells out the timeline for you. It's just like, this is what's happening, and then, then this is what's going to happen. Like, it's very organized. You always know what to expect.
Exactly.
In a way.
Yeah. It's very interesting because there are ropes every 6 feet that run in such a way where they can like grab hold and not die if they're close enough to the rope. And it adds 30 seconds on their time if they do that, but then they don't have to die. And they can keep practicing until they get better because they say that you can't use the ropes. I think they say that. Do they say that?
No, it's that you can't climb down.
You can't climb down. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, so you
can
use
the ropes will still give you time added onto it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can climb down during the practice, but you can't climb down during the actual final thing that takes you to presentation.
It's up or die.
Up or die.
But what happened if someone actually just started to climb down? Would they just like kill them?
Shoot them?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't
Dragon
happen.
snacks?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. It just seems interesting because the ropes are still there. So like you could climb down.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll just throw you into the river.
I'm trying to remember I'm stuck on dragons now. Remember if anywhere in any of these books a dragon mentions like, do humans taste good to them? We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Okay. Are they chewy? Are they gamey? I'm just interested. Okay, people.
Maybe they just burn them and not eat them.
Yeah, maybe. I just had that sudden thought. I feel like it would have been a good conversation and I just can't remember. And then he's like, okay, Sawyer, take your position. We're going to, have him go first because he knows something. You can all watch him.
Yeah.
And once he's done, then they're going to start everybody going up.
I like Sawyer. I think he's nice and I really hope he doesn't die. I'm scared that he's going to die. I
read this whole book scared that everyone was going to die all the time, so I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so far the people who have died haven't been scared that they're going to die. Like, Orly, we kind of got to know her more, like, in this chapter.
Right. It's so nice of Rebecca to be like, look at this fun girl. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, she's like, I just want to make you, like her a little bit so that it's, you can feel Violet's pain when we kill her.
Yeah, man. Okay, so they define. She goes over like each of the steps of the gauntlet and stuff, and they're fascinating. You get a pretty good idea and description of what's happening as they go up and stuff. But Sawyer does a great job, and they're all. I mean, the professor literally says perfect technique, and then he starts sending everybody up. Luca is a little snarky here, but she seems to be doing that a lot.
Yeah.
She like literally says that he was passed over for threshing. Guess the dragons have some sense of taste. Like, what does she have against Sawyer? He's like a perfectly nice person. Anyways,
maybe that's just how she like gets at her nerves.
Yeah, but that does worry Violet because she's like, look at him. He's so smart. He's so athletic, and he didn't bond. Like, how is that going to work for me?
It's just what the professor said though. Like, dragons bond for their own reasons, and strength comes in many forms. Like this, it seems like this is just proof of that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with him. from anything we can see, right? Like he's not. I mean, not that the dragons care if you're a mean person, but he seems
Right.
generally nice and he's good at what he's doing, and he seems like he'd be a great warrior.
Yeah, for some reason, just at that time, whatever dragons were willing to bond at that time, none of them wanted that particular person.
And also, it's just like, okay, let's say there's, once again, like if there's 100 cadets waiting to bond and 60 dragons, you someone's gonna have to get passed over.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could all be perfectly fine cadets. Someone's gonna have to get passed over. So
Exactly. Yeah, very true.
she shouldn't worry so much. Or maybe
Yeah.
she should worry more. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
She is worried here that she can't get up the ramp. She says she's too short for it. So they kind of just are going through the different cadets that are kind of going through one after another.
Yeah. I just noted as I was, as all the names were showing up in their little performances, I just was like, I'm getting the feeling that their squad won't be whole forever. So it was definitely like coming, like that little sinking feeling that this is not gonna last.
Yeah, that's true. And Sawyer's yelling advice and all this stuff. So they keep going. Teenan is having a difficult time, which is kind of a little bit like I mean, you just literally complained about this. So annoying.
I know.
But also Riddick is getting all whatever about it, and Violet, who is just a genuinely good person, tells him to stop saying just because he's a dick doesn't mean you have to be, which is could that not just be something that we can all adopt in our life?
I know. I mean, that's one way to look at it. My thought was, yeah, that's true, but it is really satisfying. So,
So funny. Oh goodness. Yeah, so Trina gets up, Tynan is having a hard time. Such a hard time. Riddick takes off. They're just like one after another going, right? Did she go yet? No, she's just about to go.
Yeah. It says that Trina, like, says something from the top of the course, but I was, like, surprised it didn't make... That was, like, the only indication it made that she made it to the top. I don't know, I guess I was expecting more, like, this person made it, and then this person made it, but it's like, she's just at the top.
Yeah, they're just running through. They kind of are just concentrating on a few people. Yeah. I mean, we find out that Tynan climbs down, so he's obviously couldn't make it.
Coward.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude.
After all that.
You
can't be a coward now.
Although, Violet also climbs down.
Yeah, but she's not out here talking big game. What if she's like, she's done nothing. It's okay to climb down, but if you're gonna talk smack, then then climb down. God.
Yeah. Violet does pretty good in the beginning. She's just like, she's like talking to herself the whole time, telling her she can balance, like quick feet, jumping through the rotating wheel.
I know. Listening to her describe going through each thing, I was like, I need a diagram.
Yes, please.
I'm like, wait, what?
I wonder if we could find one online if someone's done it. I bet you.
I bet. Because especially when we discover what she keeps on struggling with, and then in the end she finds a solution, but then she never even got to the final obstacle. When I realized that, I thought that the final obstacle was the one she'd been struggling with the whole time.
Oh, no.
So then I was like, God, I need a diagram. I need the diagram.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't even get the final obstacle. Yeah. So here she's just starts like talking about feathertail dragons.
Yes.
And there's like comments about like feathertails reportedly. So she's doing that thing she did when she crossed the parapet, right? Where she's just like regurgitating information in her skull,
But this talk about the feathertail really made me think that one of her dragons is going to be a feathertail.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They abhor violence, so they're not suitable for bonding. And they say that none have ever left the Vale.
I mean, yeah, anyways, I just feel like it would be so cool if then one came who's like never come out before because they don't like violence, but like it's Violet. And then one
who's also called Violence.
And like, if they've never come out of the Vale, then maybe they have like different bonding rules, and then maybe that's why it makes sense for like two dragons to bond with her, because like one of them's a feathertail, and like they barely count as a dragon because they don't like violence or whatever it is.
Interesting. Okay. She starts talking about green dragons. There's like this name where they come from, which I just like the most amazingly hard to pronounce name. I remember reading that and going like, does she know how to pronounce that?
Yeah, right.
But they're talking about them being very smart and rational. And then Orly's like, are you studying?
I know. I was like, Orly's behind her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, Orly, how do you have time to judge? Stop judging and focus. Maybe if she had stopped judging and focused, then she wouldn't have done it.
Maybe. Oh my
I'm just kidding.
gosh.
But I was like, is now really the time to mock Violet? Like,
No. Yeah, she has a rough time, almost loses her, grip on something and manages, I think, to grab the rope and then like swing over. And she's like, I've survived 7 weeks in this damn quadrant, and this course is not going to beat me today. I love how she's like, cheers herself on all the time.
I know. I was like, yeah, show those cowards what's up. And then she does climb down.
Yeah.
But still.
But at least through that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's like a technical reason I think it's so hard for her at the end. She mentions like her size or whatever.
Yes,
but like
it's her
she
size.
figures out all this stuff really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just literally can't do it. Like,
yeah.
Except for with like, quote unquote, cheating.
Yeah. Orly catches up with her and is so excited. Like, she's like in her element here.
Yeah. She catches up to her, and that made me think, are you allowed to pass people?
I get the idea that no, right? Like, you have to wait for the other person to go.
And I think it keeps all, like, accountable, like, because later there's a time when they say something like, oh my god, this person's gonna mess up this person's time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really think you can't pass, but it did make me wonder.
Yeah, for sure. She gives her some good advice here about running straight across, not pausing, and she does that. But then, so Violet does that and gets across, but then this green dagger, then when Orly runs across, this green dagger tile distracts her, which is crazy because she was just talking about green dragons. And when that happens, Orly actually falls on the one that she gave her advice to get across.
Yep. And that's when she dies.
And that's it.
Yep.
I'm guessing she got distracted by that dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's like, it just maybe startled her or something,
It could, like, be nothing. But it was so interesting because Violet had just been talking about green dragons, that they're known for their keen intellect, and they're the most rational of dragon kind. And then it's a green dragon specifically that flies overhead. And I was like, is it possible that it's like somehow like a calculated move on this dragon's part, or the writer of this dragon's part?
Interesting.
But, like, probably not, because we get no other indication.
But that's a great point.
I was like, we just learned about green dragons being so smart, and then one comes, like, at
distracts
the
her.
time.
And she dies. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this definitely...
It sounds like the dragon roared, unless the roar was just the sound of it flying.
Oh.
Because it just says the roar sounds from overhead.
I mean, it could possibly with the sound of the wind, but I think it
roared. I know, so that's what, it's not just like, oh, it flew by.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it's nothing, but it just made me think.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Anyways, this obviously is very upsetting to her. I mean, now our next section, they're in muster, whatever you call it. I call it muster is like the military term. Yeah, but
well, I think that would make sense because
I think they call it something else, and I just went blank and muster came out. Whatever. They're in that morning thing where they get their roll call and they get the like list of all the people who've died and stuff like that.
They call it formation.
Formation. Okay, cool. And they, and she like knows these people as they're calling off, which is hard. Like she's gotten to know them and it's like, it's hard for her,
Yeah, definitely.
And she is a little sad, which of course she's sad. Of course she's sad. That's rough. Right?
And it's her first squad mate.
Yeah. So then we go into her this is where we find out that Orly's parents did not come to get her body and her stuff to burn themselves. So now Violet, the good person that she is, decides to go burn her stuff for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when this section started with, "You're sure about this?" Dane asks, I was like, is this her leaving?
Oh.
Like, that's what I thought it was, but also, I mean, it would be weird of Dane to be like, "You sure about this?" He'd be like, let's go.
Like, I will pick you up and run you over there.
I'm not gonna let you say one more word. You said yes, we're going.
Yeah.
But I did think about that.
Yeah, she's kind of beating herself. No, he's beating himself up by not being there. But
right, which is why I was like, well, he couldn't have done anything, right? Like, unless he really is. They said he was on the flight field like every...
Oh, because he's a second year, and second years are... Yeah, so they have their own things that they're learning.
Yeah.
So he can't just be standing with his first years. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But it was just interesting, like, that... Like, he couldn't have done anything. Like... I don't know.
But he cares. He also cares,
I
you
know,
know?
but like 7 weeks they all lasted, and the one time he wasn't there, someone died. Like, I don't know. Like, is he just a good luck charm? Like, does he just pray to like the god of luck
Luck?
all the time?
That's a thought. So, she feels, she kind of feels sorry. She says she's sorry to her. I mean, again, it's not her fault either. I mean, whose fault it is? Is it the green dragons, maybe?
That's it.
Or is it just the fact that why is Orly even being distracted? She knows she has to run across and not hesitate. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but Dane does say like, okay, like let me know if you need me. And I'm like, this, if you could just have more of this attitude like all of the time, like, okay, like just let me know, but like, okay, like I trust you, then maybe Violet wouldn't be running into the arms of another
True.
man.
Yep, that's true. Okay, cool. So yeah, so she burns the stuff, and we don't really need to go over all that. And then she's like thinking. So she is standing there for a little
Yeah.
bit and thinking things and stuff. And then she is waiting for like the bells for curfew to go. And then she climbs back down the stairs and walks through the courtyard. Yeah. So while she's walking through the courtyard here, she sees 3 dragons flying by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that happens earlier. But here, and then here is when she notices Xaden, Garrick, and Bodhi all arrive. And that's when she's like, 3 dragons, and they just arrived. What are they doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely suspicious.
They have a little conversation, which is like, there has to be something more we can do. We're doing everything we can. So they leave us with that, like, what is it?
Doing what? Doing what?
And then Xaden it says, my scalp prickles, and Xaden stops mid-step.
Yep, and I'm like, okay, she's finally catching on to his powers. Like, she's like, oh, he knows I'm here. And I'm like, okay, good. Like, you do understand what the shadows mean now when he's nearby. Like, that was good.
A good picking up from Violet there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Using her brains.
And I like how she doesn't feel fear. She specifically says it's just anger that rises in her chest. She's like, if he wants to kill me, then fine. I'm over waiting for it to happen. I think it's so funny when she does that. When she's like, this whole time she's all like, I'm going to live, I'm going to live, I'm going to live. And she sees Zane and she's like, God damn it, would he just try to kill me already? So
I
confused.
mean, the anticipation is probably like terrible, to be fair. Like the other challenges, she knows what to do.
Yeah.
She has the Book of Brennan, but nowhere in the Book of Brennan is it like, what do you do when some guy's just
hot
like
guy
playing with your life? Because that's what she feels like.
She's like the mouse with the cat.
Yeah.
Xaden doesn't tell his friends why he's stopping. He just says, go on, and they go. And then she says, I'm here, and steps out and, gives him a little sass and all that kind of stuff.
And then they ask, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And Violet says, I'm debating running away. And he says the same. And I'm like, maybe he's being like honest here. Like maybe they were helping someone escape and that's what they were doing on their dragons. And maybe he was like thinking about going himself. I don't know. I was just trying to see like, is he telling the truth here? If he was, what would that really mean?
Yeah.
What would that have to do with the dragons and what they're up to?
Yeah.
Because it was like, we're doing as much as we can do. Is that them like helping people get out who are doomed to die? But it doesn't really seem like that's what they've been. They're more like, suck it up or die, but I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting note. Yeah, she says here the anticipation is starting to annoy the fuck out of me. I love that how she's just like, at this point, she's just mad. She's just annoyed at this guy. She's like, oh my goodness. But he's like, I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, I was like, whatever mood this is from her, I kind of love it. Like, it's kind of fun.
I feel like he kind of loves it too. He does, his gaze narrows on her cheek. I think she had some kind of wound on her cheek, right?
Yeah,
and scratch.
It said it was like bled earlier and that she didn't like wipe away the blood.
Right.
Because it said like she wiped away a tear, but then like didn't wipe away the blood.
I think it's like she ripped off a scab accidentally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's, has attention on it for some reason or other.
Who knows?
But this conversation is just so like, she's like, can you just like let me know? It's messing up my schedule. And it's just all funny. He calls her violence again here.
Yep.
And even smiles at her. I love it when she says, I just need to know what my chances are here. And he says, that's the oddest way I've ever been hit on.
Like, he's definitely got jokes. Like, we can't deny that he's funny.
He's got humor. He definitely does.
That's not what she meant, and he knows that's not what she meant.
Yeah, it's great. He's loving it, though.
My chances with you conceited prick. So funny.
Yeah. He tries to ask what her chances are. I I don't know why she doesn't answer. He asks her like second time and says, "Don't make me ask you 3 times." But she's like, to live through all this, and that's when she spits out that she can't make it out of the gauntlet. Like, it's almost like she doesn't even mean to spit it out there.
Yeah.
She just spits it out, you know. He just doesn't really react or anything, and she's sort of like freaking out a little bit. And then she mentions that, you know, about killing her again, because she keeps bringing up he's going to kill her. Like, she will not leave it alone. So then he says this great line: "Killing you wouldn't be any trouble, Violence. It's leaving you alive that seems to cause the majority of my trouble."
I know, and I was like, I knew people were going to be upset, and I bet you Imogen specifically is giving him hell for like not having killed her yet and having perfectly good chances to do so.
I mean, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Imogen knows about right here, but like
no, but
on
just,
the mat.
This is an example. Yeah, that's for sure. She brings up hope here as being a problem, you know, like thinking like she's doing so well and that, you know, it gives her hope. Basically, that she could keep making it, and then that's really the problem is.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah. I mean, I get the point that she's having, because she keeps thinking she was going to die, and then she keeps not dying, and now she's like, hey, maybe I'll actually make it through all this, you know? Right. It's almost like she's having a little therapy session here without her even realizing it. Without her even realizing it, he's literally just listening, and she is ranting about the problem, you know, like then having her squad mate die, and she can't get up the chimney, and you know, she's just blabbing. Talks about running off to the scribe quadrant.
No, he talked about that.
Oh, he talks about
and
that.
And she says, "How did you know about that?"
Oh.
And then I noted, like, is there mind reading? Is it mind reading? But then he says, like, that the shadows hear everything. But I'm like,
they hear everything, see everything, conceal everything, and he like,
oh my goodness,
emphasizes conceal. Which, I mean, makes sense. Shadows do conceal things, but I don't know.
It's so interesting.
Oh, it's because darkness is swirling around them right then, and he's saying it conceals everything, and she's literally like, the rest of the world disappears, and he could do anything to me right now.
Yeah.
Not
that he couldn't have before.
I know.
In an empty hallway.
So he does know about Dane trying to get her there.
It's so interesting. Did the shadows really hear Okay, later on, they're like, her and Dane are walking, and it is so specifically particular about when they're in the shadow and when they're no longer in the shadow that I'm like really? Like, every time they're in shadow, he can just hear them? Like, that's a crazy power.
Yeah. What? Oh.
But it's really specific later on of, like, we're walking in the shadow, like 4 times, then it's like, we're out of the shadow now. I'm like, okay, like, this is really weird to bring up so many times.
Yeah. Interesting. So she's saying, my mom would reward you for telling, you know, her about this, and he's like, yeah, she'd reward you if you told about my little club. So they're like obviously keeping each other's secrets here.
Yep.
Kind of cute. I like when he says, hope is a fickle, dangerous thing. It steals your focus and aims it towards the possibilities instead of keeping it where it belongs, on the probabilities.
Yep.
And then he literally he just gives advice here, you know. He says, you're supposed to focus on things that can kill you so you find ways to not die. Okay. I can barely count the number of people in this quadrant who want you dead, either as revenge against your mother or because you're just really good at pissing people off. But you're still here defying the odds.
What is she doing to piss people off? Is she just, like, so nice and people are just, like, pissed at her?
Yeah, what is she doing? I don't know.
I mean, she definitely has a sharp tongue when she needs to, but it doesn't seem like she uses it that much on just, like, random people.
No, it doesn't. I don't know.
Maybe she's just, like, so cute smart and so nice and so smart, and they're just so annoyed and jealous.
I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe she's getting special treatment from teachers.
I mean, it could be.
I wish anyone would elaborate.
Yeah, someone tell us.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of non-consensual touching here.
I know.
I mean, not really, but he says, like, the shadows wrap around. She says the shadows wrap around her, and she swears she feels a caress along the side of her wounded cheek.
I know, I was like, this shouldn't be cute, but it kind of is.
I would have said hot, but okay.
Oh, no, but it's, like, against her wounded cheek.
Yeah. Cute and hot at the same time. Yeah. He also literally tells her to stop sulking her self-pity so that you could see that you have everything you need to scale the gauntlet. He's trying something.
He's trying to help, I think. Yeah. It seems like it.
Yeah. He's basically saying get over people dying, you know?
Yeah.
And then he says here, you want to know why you're still alive? Because you're the scale I currently judge myself against every night. Every day I let you live, I get to convince myself that there's still a part of me that's a decent person.
I was like, that's heavy.
That is
That's
pretty
heavy
heavy.
stuff. But it doesn't even seem like she's listening. I was like, Violet, come
Why?
on.
Because her reaction is literally say, "I'm too short to span the distance."
Yeah,
Well, he says to her, "If you want to
I know.
quit, then just quit."
But I would have had a much different reaction, I think, to that. I'd be like, what?
What? Yeah. You would have been smart and asked, "What does that mean exactly?
Like,
Please explain."
I know. I'm like, come on, Violet. Pull it together. What happened to being smart? Also, I was
You
like, what
can't be
was.
smart all the time.
I don't know.
Otherwise, there would be no story. She would have had it all figured out. It'd be over with.
Well, you can be the same level of smart all the time. You don't have to be like omnipotent all the time.
Okay.
But anyways, I was just like, what would happen if she straight up asked him for help? Like, it seems like he wants to help. Like, what would have happened if she was like, help me?
Well, I think she's too
Give
busy
me
being like,
I know.
we hate each other and we got to keep this up.
That's why I said, what would happen. Not that
Yeah.
it would happen, but like, I want to know if she was smart enough to ask, would he like say yes?
Yeah. Now, he says here, the right way isn't the only way. Figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she
the
spits
right
that
way
back at
isn't
him.
the only way is actually something that a lot of fourth wingers use as a tattoo or
Oh,
a
cute.
thing or a sign off or whatever.
I love that.
Okay, so now we're on chapter 11. And the blurb on the top says, it is a grave offense against Malik to keep the belongings of a dead loved one. They belong in the beyond, with the god of death and the departed. In the absence of a proper temple, any fire will do. He who does not burn for Malik will be burned by Malik.
Right. So Malik is the god of death, as we've learned.
Yes.
And this, I kind of like guessed this earlier, although it didn't really matter either way, but I did wonder if the whole burning the possessions thing was like a religious thing or a tradition thing or just her mom's crazy. But here we learn it is a religious thing. So
Yes, it is. Does this blurb come after? Didn't we already burn Orly's belongings?
yeah,
Interesting. It almost seems like it would be a good blurb for that chapter, but that's okay.
the one for chapter 10 had to do with the gauntlet, because remember chapter 10 went through a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so this was us, it was introducing the gauntlet for
Yeah.
the, like, for real for the first time, and then she just kind of happens to die in this. So I can see why it made more sense for this one to be here than for the gauntlet one to be here,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just don't think anything in this chapter talks about that, so it's more after the fact.
Yeah, basically. I mean, she thinks about it,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Okay, so this one goes through, I believe, like, just several practice sessions of the gauntlet, right?
yep.
Okay, so it starts out
Starts
with the
with
next
to last.
Yeah. The next practice sessions of the gauntlet are no more successful than my first. So yeah. So
Right. No, but it says right here, by the 9th and next to last session, I'm ready to set the entire obstacle course on fire.
right. So I guess that's what I meant. So like several practices has gone by in this 3 sentences.
Yes, yeah,
Okay, good.
exactly.
Yeah. And they're still talking about the fact that the last obstacle she can't do. It's supposed to simulate the strength and agility it takes to mount a dragon, and she's like, my size is gonna fuck me over. And they're trying to figure it out.
I cannot imagine what this thing looks like. I've read this whole chapter. It doesn't look like a volcano shape. What does this thing look like, and how does it simulate climbing up a dragon?
Imagine running up the foreleg or the front leg of a dragon.
That would be the next one, the one that she hasn't practiced yet, right? Because that one's like a ramp. This one's not the ramp. That's why I was so confused by this entire time. I thought this one was
it's the last one that's supposed to be the running up. Yeah. I don't know. I'm someone's got to sit and put together, and maybe it's out there. Maybe I should search, because you can't search because
Yeah, I can't search anything, because what if it's like, where other people die later, right here.
Yeah, so you don't want to read it. Anyways, then they find, they mention that you can't touch another cadet on the route, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. You basically can't sabotage.
You can't help you can't sabotage. And you can't help each other. Well, I was thinking of helping each other because Rhiannon's like, I can give you like a, you can climb on my shoulders and stuff, but.
Yeah, I guess I'm still thinking about Jack.
Yeah, well, that's good. We know that at least, what's his name? Teenan, whatever, can't, like push her off.
Yeah, but he seemed to have calmed down. Like, it does say he's quit running his mouth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and she even mentions here that she's like, well, this is the last chance to go to the scribe quadrant, basically.
Yep.
She's like, it's a safe choice, it's the logical choice. And she thinks to herself, while I might not survive if I stay, I'm not sure I can live with myself if I leave.
Yep. And I'm like, okay, like, she's so brave and she's doing so good. And she doesn't even know how important she's gonna be. You know?
And you know how
Well,
important she's...
I don't think anyone would write 3 and more coming books about someone who wasn't important. That's the main character thing.
This is just like Puffs, you know, the retelling of Harry Potter from...
Yeah.
Up. She's just a side character the whole time.
Dayton's the main character.
Yeah.
If anyone can be, it would be him.
Yeah.
Anyone else, I'll be annoyed.
Yeah. Okay, so then it jumps over to another, you know, what's it called, where they're all together and they're reading out the formation, where they're reading out the names of all the dead people.
Yeah.
And it is presentation day. And so the only way to get to the flight field to be presented to the dragons is to climb the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, unless he's basically says, okay, we're going to do this, unless you're on gauntlet duty or, you know, a first year, the rest, everybody has to head to class. I assume Dane, I can't remember now. Is Dane there? I think he's there.
Yes, he is there because they're going to have a conversation here in a second.
Yeah. Okay. Imogen is here, saying good luck to her, but obviously not meeting nicely. It with that sickly sweet smile that she says, hopefully you won't fall short. Which, you know...
Pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. I have to give it to her.
I know, and I was like, she's mad, just like we thought. Like, here it is. She's mad, all right. Mad and jealous, I'm sure.
It literally says she's staring at her with complete loathing. So this is not any kind of attempt to be nice, obviously.
Nope.
It talks about Quinn and Sienna. I don't know if Sienna was ever mentioned before, but that's the executive officer.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't remember.
I feel like this is the first time Sienna, but Quinn was mentioned before, right? Because she's another second year with Imogen.
Well, I don't remember that either, but so many names like dropped at the beginning of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Quinn was mentioned with Imogen, but Sienna, I don't remember. I don't think it was mentioned before. And then is this the first time that Heaton is mentioned? It says, best of luck, Heaton, the thickest third year in our squad with red flames cut and dyed into their hair.
I think, yes, it is, because I remember thinking that they specifically said there and they multiple times, and I was like, oh, look, it's, what's it called? Non-binary person here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first time it's, they are mentioned.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so you get a little bit like there's some second year, third year is saying something to the first year, so you kind of get the idea it's like the first time. I mean, we know that Imogen's ready to talk to her, but...
I think if I was a second or third year in these situations, like, what's the point of talking to and getting to know first years when half of them are going to be dead? Like, you already went through that in your first year. Why would you turn around and hurt... Like, you know what I mean? There's just so many people die, so I kind of do wonder if this is them like, okay, we've thinned the herd.
You've made it this far.
Out of these people... This is probably who, which is so funny because they've actually only lost one person. Their squad.
True.
And
that was on the gauntlet.
But there's other squads in their section.
Yeah, but they're just in this squad. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so you get some, whatever. They're giving some sort of, like, good luck, even though Imogen's wasn't great.
Yeah.
And Riddick even says, I didn't realize Heaton actually knew how to speak. So I guess...
I guess they don't speak very often.
They don't speak very often. But, again, and then, yeah, so they're just saying, yeah, maybe, you know, they thought, okay, well, at least say hi once. So it's just kind of funny. Dane is obviously not happy with her because, you know, he's, like, not really looking at her. We assume he was like, this is it. I mean, this is it. At this point, his campaign to get her to the scribe quadrant. It's that quadrant afterwards. Put those together. It's just messing me up here. Is ruined. So, and he knows it and he's mad. And, I mean, we have that conversation later.
Yeah. But it really is because, like, he can't, neither of them could run off for now.
Yeah.
Like, there's, all the eyes are on them. This is the big thing. Like, they can't just go disappear.
No.
So.
And she mentions, and she must be somewhat friends with Trina now because she mentions she did her braid right here.
Yeah. And it also says that the wind is whipping at it. And I was like, oh, do you know what's going to be so helpful? The wind. But you know what? It actually didn't really come up. So,
but that was your thought when you read it. You're like,
I was like, of course it's windy.
That's good. That's good. I mean, at least you're like really keeping track of things here.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So then it's like he talks about that they're the biggest squad, but it says, what are we down to? 180, and it says no, 171. And that must be for the whole quadrant.
Yes,
obviously.
not
we
just
know the
their
squad.
squad.
And it says squads from second wing begin to move. So
there's 171 of the cadets.
Yes.
That are going to presentation.
Yeah.
Out of all the squads.
That's right.
But there's only 100 dragons.
Yeah. It's a lot of people who are not.
More are gonna die today, though, right? Because this is just presentation. Don't they say people die at presentation? Mm-hmm. Like, some of the dragons just, like, kill you at presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
And some of the people kill you, too?
No.
No, that's later. That's at the threshing? Okay. Yeah. At the threshing, also more people will die. So,
yeah, so, I mean, why not just... Dragons are just like, we don't have enough people for this. Yeah, that one looks a little no.
Yeah, so like it will get thinned.
It will get
thinned. But this is a wide gap.
It is, for sure.
71 who will just... And that's, again, this is assuming that every single dragon bonds. Which I don't know if they've said that that's what happens. It does say like the ones that are interested in bonding are the ones that show up. So I assume... that they all do, but what if one of the dragons just, like, looks over everyone and is like, there's literally no one here I like?
For sure, yeah. And then they just drop out of, they're like, a presentation, they're like, screw this, yeah.
And then they don't show up at the threshing.
I'm sure that could happen.
So, anyways, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. They have this little conversation as they're walking to the gauntlet, you know, and Luca is being the bitch that she's being. But they do mention that, like, the dragons, you don't want fear to be, like, there. You want to be showing confidence type of thing, you know? Because the dragons could pick up on that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just a datum. And then they start talking about the history test.
I know.
Which I think was just a joke kind of on the whole thing. But it does get into this agreement between Navarre and Krovla for shared airspace for both the dragons and the griffins over this little strip of land, right?
And Krovla is one of the provinces of Poromil.
Yeah.
But they also bring up the Treaty of Arif. I mean, that's the name of the treaty specifically. Right. And I looked at the map and there's no place called Arif on the map. So I wonder if must be the name of the person who made the treaty, or I don't know. I just found it, I was like, I wonder why it's named that. I wonder if we'll ever find out, or if it's just a throwaway.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, so she's obviously has a great memory, and then someone comments, oh no, she thinks my memory isn't going to get me up the gauntlet.
I know, and I made a note, which isn't exactly true, but kind of is true, because I said, like, I feel like her thinking that is going to be, like, somehow that'll be the exact thing that will help her. And kind of is, because she's memorized the codex, and that makes it important later.
Right, very much. And, because we've already read the end, she also, her memory of what Xaden said, he said the right way isn't the only way.
I think she just instantly memorizes everything he says. Yeah. Does, though, so.
She's definitely thinking of him. But anyway, speaking of Xaden, here he pops in, says fourth wing move out, and they file off each of the sections, right? So there's not just, again, it's not just their squad, but it's every squad in their section in each section of fourth wing, right?
Yes.
So yeah, she's thinking about Xaden here. She's thinking about the limits of his power, because obviously she's noticing shadows. I mean, there's shadows everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And she was wondering, like, if he could just choke out every squad just like that, you know?
Yep. And if you would need to rest,
right,
or recharge after, or like, does such a vast power come with any sort of checks or balances? And I was like, these are great questions. I want to know the answer to these questions too. But I do bet that he does have more power than anyone knows. Like, I do kind of think that he's hiding the extent of his powers from the reigning authority because, well, they presumably suck based on everything else I've predicted. If they really do turn out to be great, it's gonna be like, oh, well, sorry guys. But anyways, they at least are against these guys, so it makes sense for him to hide the extent of his power. And then I actually said based on that thought, I said maybe the Separatists, all of them, know more about signets than everyone else, and that's like the thing that they know. Remember, because like whatever thing that they're being taught, but that they know something else.
Yeah.
Maybe it has to do with signets. Although, once again, that doesn't really come up in Battle Brief, so I don't really know how that would relate. But it's a fun thought.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we have this wonderful conversation between Dane and her, which is very not wonderful, where he's basically telling her to change her mind, not asking anymore.
Yeah, like, what is she gonna do? Like right now?
Turn
like,
around,
right
walk back.
now,
Yeah, he's
no
desperate.
one's gonna stop her. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't.
Right?
Maybe they wouldn't. But they would definitely see it, and someone would say something to her mom.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that would happen. But anyways, he literally said, she's like, you wouldn't do this, and he literally said, that's different, I'm a writer. Which, I mean, she's still a cadet, she's not a writer.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, maybe I am too, meaning like, this might be my thing, right?
Yeah, Dane, maybe she is too. But also, I was like, I bet you Xaden's listening to this. Because they keep on talking about the shadows. Yeah, Xaden must be listening to, like, everything that they're saying.
It is very possible. But yeah, she's not gonna do it. And he is getting upset at her and, you know, then begging her. And then he's, like, not even being quiet anymore.
I know.
It's just like, oh, my goodness.
I know. Also... he says, I don't know if I can watch, and she says, then close your eyes. And I was like, I made that exact same joke. Like, or comment.
Yeah.
Like, when, it was in the last episode, when he was saying, like, oh, I can't lose you, like, I can't watch during the threshing, when, like, Jack and them all try to kill you or whatever. And then I said, well, then just close your eyes. Yeah. And then you were like, Briana. But look, see, it's a perfectly reasonable
reply, yeah. But she does say here, I have a plan. This is the first time that you hear she has a plan, because up until now, you're just as worried as she is. But she says, I have a plan, a shitty one, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that she was just going to figure it out when she was up there. Yeah. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. But no, she did think about it ahead of time.
Okay, good. So now we're in the gauntlet. She's going through the spitting posts, you know. She can feel Dane staring at her, which he was supposed to close his eyes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Obviously, it's the last two obstacles ahead of her, right? The one of them that she hasn't even practiced, so she's just like, I hope I can do it, you know?
Yeah.
Jack is up above, yelling.
He made it to the top, though. Boo. Not surprised. Because, like, imagine, like, introducing this terrible character and it's like, and then he died. Moving on. No, he's gonna be a jackass for a while, I can tell.
Did you just say Jack's gonna be a jackass for a while? That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But this whole thing, I suddenly realized as she was doing this that why didn't Mira, who's done the gauntlet, add any notes into the book of Brennan, any helpful tips surrounding the fact that she's short? She knows Violet
Mira's
is short.
never experienced the problems of being short, so she probably doesn't literally know.
But what addendums did she make to this book then? Because it said, like, she said in her note that she made some, like, helpful notes. And, I mean, Brennan made helpful notes for her. Why can't... I don't know. I'm
just saying, if you're not thinking about being short, you may not realize that something is hard for a shorter person.
What is the entire gauntlet's purpose? Like, to test your strength and stuff, right? Like...
But see, if she had thought of everything, we would not have most of this book.
I know, but what did she even add? Come on!
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Oh, gosh. So here we go. She is about to do something different. Rhiannon literally asks her what she's doing.
I know. I was like, don't distract her. Like, right? What are you trying to get her
watch
killed?
The genius. She grabs a rope, and I tried to picture this in my head, and I couldn't.
I literally wrote, I need another diagram.
Because it says she drags it horizontally, right?
Uh-huh.
Across the surface of the cliff. Okay, so she pulls it across. She gets the bottom portion into the chimney structure. So somehow she's managed to, like, hook it at the end, so now it's just across horizontally. Okay, I can kind of see that.
Like, we know what a chimney is.
Well, right? The chimney structure is the one that she's having a hard time with, right?
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Is that what it is? Like, I'm pretty sure it is. Because, like, you have to climb up it. But she can't climb up it because what is, like, the where the handles are? Like,
So she must be pulling the rope from farther away from the obstacle
yes.
towards the obstacle,
Yes.
hooking it to that, which again, I still don't know how that's going to help because she's supposed to go that way. But okay, so then she says she plants one foot on the side of the shaft and give the rope a tug.
To make sure it holds when it
Okay.
does.
Yeah. And then she climbs up the chimney using the right side of the chimney, walking up stone, and leveraging her weight with the rope. So somehow
That makes sense.
maybe because she can't span both sides of the chimney, the rope is helping for her to put her feet on.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Not sure. I'm just making this up as I go.
I mean, that would be a height issue because your wingspan is determined by your height. I mean, and same with like short legs, right? So if most people have like one arm, one leg on each side of the chimney and are climbing up
can't
like
reach
that,
it,
but
maybe
she like can't reach her, and maybe it even gets wider.
Yeah, I don't know how this rope is making it all the way up. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but
it would make more sense if it said like she somehow threw a rope like in like down
down it or something. Well, that doesn't make sense because she's in on the bottom. Yeah.
So that wouldn't have.
I've never
she's
tried this hard to figure this out. So
I know it's fine. The point is it works.
It does sound like she's only using the right side. So her legs are just on the right side, walking up the stone, using the rope for leverage.
Yeah.
Hand over hand.
Yeah.
She says the line slips about halfway up as the rope scrapes. You know, she takes up the slap. Again, I don't really get how this rope is doing this. It doesn't sound like it's horizontal.
No,
it sounds like it's vertical.
Right. But it's fine.
Maybe the chimney's not vertical. Maybe the chimney is... Oh, that wouldn't make sense. You just crawl. Okay, good. Well, we're not going to spend any more time on this because honestly,
you're going to make it.
I don't think. Yeah, we need someone to really diagram this out for us.
Everything she put in this book, she couldn't have had a one page,
but she does
showing what it looks like. Rebecca.
Yes, Rebecca. She does get her use her upper body strength here and pull herself up. So she pulls herself up. So again, we are going vertical. And then she's back on the path. So she got through that one she wasn't ever able to get through before. But she has the last one where she has to, it says, this one is meant to test a cadet's ability to scale a dragon's foreleg and reach its saddle. But I'm too short, right?
Yeah. So what would she do in real life? Have a rope? Like, come, okay, it's fine.
You will find out.
Yeah, maybe she will. Maybe she'll attach a rope to their necks. Whatever.
Xaden's words, she thinks about here, the right way wasn't the only way. And she said it played all night long, which means she woke up this morning figuring out her plan. Like she didn't even know last night.
Yeah.
By the time the sun rose and chased away the darkness, I had a plan.
It kind of makes it sound like she just didn't sleep, though.
But she woke up and had a plan.
Oh, maybe she just slept a little bit. I don't know. That's
oh, no, whether she didn't sleep or not. Sorry, I'm not sure about that. My point is that she didn't have a plan until this morning.
Yes. No, that's true. I know I did like the way that sentence was structured, though, about...
Chased away the darkness, that part?
Yeah. I was like, okay, until proven otherwise, I'm just going to keep on thinking that Xaden somehow has mind control or mind reading. Because it's like, it was like in the darkness, the plan came to her. I don't know, like, it doesn't really make sense, but I just can't stop thinking about it, because I feel like someone's gonna have this power.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen any signs yet, except for he has a little bit of signs here and there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We already know his signet, so it would have to be, like, something he inherited, like, a magical trait that doesn't come from dragons, and that barely makes sense, so.
I'm here for it. All right, so... Here we find out that she literally takes her dagger, which is from home, and she uses it basically to get her up, up this thing. Like she stabs the dagger in the side of the cliff and gets her up this way, which is super smart. Mm-hmm. But she does manage to throw her elbow over the top and then pull herself up and yank her dagger free, because I guess that has to come with her at this point because she's saying it's her body.
We find out afterwards why. I was like, that seems like a lot, like, just, you made it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, because she literally says, I'm not done yet, even though she's at the top.
I know.
She had to get on her stomach and pull the dagger free.
Which also means the dagger had to be close, like, that was definitely...
Well, she ran as fast as she could.
And she is fast.
And got it up as high as she could.
I know.
Yeah.
But... she had never practiced this.
No.
She just thought of this, and so
I mean,
The knife could have
agility
been
is
too
her
short.
thing.
Like the knife could have been too far down, and then how would she have gotten it? And so it's great that she did it. It's crazy.
So here we find out that Amber Mavis is still here. And we had this conversation. Now I don't remember if it was in recording or not, but
it was.
She is a wing leader this year, not because that's what the confusion was when he mentions the wing leader Amber and that they knew each other last year. You thought that she was a wing leader last year, so she would have been graduated, but no, she's a wing leader this year.
Yeah.
So he just mentioned her as a wing leader, but
it just was weird because, like he said, I was close with the wing leader, and I know that they follow the codex, like, so closely, but I guess he knows that this year now?
I don't know.
But this year also look just back. Started?
Yeah.
But it's like, where do the writers go? How does it... Yeah. How does it work? Like, when you become wing leader, do you become wing leader the same day that all the cadets arrive? Or maybe it's a few weeks before that. Like, when is their graduation?
I think you will get the answer to that question.
Okay, yeah, because there's like, where's their graduation?
Not that it's a spoiler if I told you, but just you'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Amber obviously is like a stick to the rules woman here.
Yep.
Because she's freaking out that she cheated, right?
Yeah.
And she like, and here she's like running. Well, she's coming towards them, right?
Yes.
And she's just pissed, and she charges towards Xaden, and Garrick literally walks right in front of her and tells her to back the hell up. You know, I don't know if he's obviously not protecting Xaden because Xaden could protect himself, but
I think it's got, like don't. I think it's more just like
don't charge my wing leader. Yeah, this is So she says the cheater clearly used foreign materials not once but twice. It's not to be tolerated. We live by the rules or we die by them. And then she's like, no wonder they were so close to her.
That was my exact thought when this happened. And also it made me think, like, Dane thinking that all wing leaders are like this. Like, is that actually true?
Well, you see how Xaden handles this.
Exactly. Well, I mean, she does find a great loophole that basically does work. But, like, saying that they're all, like, so sticking to their codex when he's comparing all of them to Amber.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, do they all? Or just is Amber like that?
Yeah, I think that Dane is also maybe like one of those kind of people who just like inherently is like that, follow the rules.
Yeah.
So maybe he just is like, thinks that, you know.
Anyways.
Yeah. She's basically accusing Violet, and Xaden's handling is basically to look at her like, all right, you explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it work or don't make it work.
Yeah. She also mentions here that he doesn't wear any patches other than his, like, the ones he have to have, the wing leader and the fourth wing ones.
And I was just saying that this ties into my theory.
Your theory of what?
I don't know, that he somehow has this other power,
mm-hmm.
or that there's more to his power, and that's why he doesn't wear the badges, because he doesn't want people to know. I don't know. But that would imply that someone knows, because they made the badges for him.
Right.
So, we'll see. I feel like that's important, though.
Yeah. Well, the rope, being a foreign material, is only a 30-second edition, so it's sort of weird that Amber brought it up.
It's not a foreign material. Like,
it's like literally part of the gauntlet, so whatever. But the knife is the one that Amber's all really pushing, and then Violet, of course, then quotes the codex.
I know.
Saying that whatever they bring
next to me
is basically part of them.
Yes. I have the things to think here, which is like, didn't they take each other's knives like earlier? But that's allowed because it's in the challenge.
Yeah, but then it's not, at that point, it's not what part of your body. Only what you...
I mean, she did say specifically she used one of her daggers from home. Yes. It was made clear, but
if you lost all your daggers from home, then you wouldn't be able to do this. So obviously she hasn't lost them.
Yes. No, but that's not my point. My point is they said that the reason why that was put into the codex was to avoid, like, people stealing each other's items, but I guess during the challenges is when it is okay to steal each other's items.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You got knives, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
That's true. But thievery is different than...
Well, they are stealing it, but I guess they're not stealing
challenge. Yeah. It's not the same as...
I mean, you're, like, literally physically taking it off their body and then keeping it, which is kind of stealing, but I guess if it's, like, no...
In an authorized setting.
In an authorized setting. Yes. Anyways, I just found that interesting. But yeah, I did specifically say she used it from home, so...
Yeah.
That was cool.
basically she states her case very well. Just a
Mm-hmm.
really good job. And Xaden is impressed.
Especially after she quotes him to him. The right way isn't the only way.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And Zayden's like, well,
And
yeah.
look at this again, like this kind of writing really tells you things. I don't miss the hint of a smirk on that infuriatingly decadent mouth of his. It should be against the codex to look that good and be so ruthless.
She's so helpless to his flirting. Like,
Yeah,
she
come
really
on.
cannot hold it together, even when he does the teeniest things. Like, even like the fact that he doesn't glare that hard at her, he turns slightly and delivers a look I never want directed at me. Like, she finds it heartwarming when he doesn't glare at her. This is like she's so beyond gone.
And then I love this so much. And then Xaden says, Sorengale, you're leaking. Looking at her palms where blood is dripping from her fingertips.
Yeah.
And then he says, do something about it.
I know. I'm like, oh, he cares about her.
I mean, like, why else would he say that, right?
Yeah.
And then the whole squad makes it.
Which is crazy.
I know. And that means we are about to get presentation, which is so excited. And we have to stop here because it's the end of the chapter.
I know, but I can't wait to read presentation.
I can't wait for you to read presentation. Oh my goodness.
So having to stop right before presentation was like,
And then I know, and then having to wait a few days. Sorry. Well, this is so exciting. We finished that.
yes, I know. I've been having to read so much ACOTAR to keep my mind occupied and not reading too much of this.
Yeah.
What am I going to do when I finish the whole series?
I know.
Throne of Glass.
Well, we've got more. There's so many books. So, any kind of closing thoughts or any predictions on presentation day or anything like that you want to tell us?
People are going to die. I have a prediction that one of the dragons that she's going to bond with isn't going to show up on presentation day and is going to show up at the threshing. Now, that wouldn't be proven in presentation day because I don't know which ones are going to bond with her. But I just have a feeling that when you see all the dragons at presentation, and then when those same dragons show up for threshing, then there's suddenly going to be a new one that's going to be really unexpected.
So you're saying that at threshing, one of the dragons, because you already know, as we've said, the one spoiler she knew ahead of time was there's two dragons that are going to bond with her. So you're saying that those two dragons, one of them will not be at presentation day.
Yeah.
But they'll show up at threshing. Okay, good. I like that.
Because I think that will be so, it'll just make the whole thing even crazier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, wait, what happens at presentation exactly? I guess I don't really know except for that the dragons just look over them. I wonder if they get any kind of inkling from any of the dragons, or if the dragons just look at them, kill some of them, and then that's the whole thing. I actually really don't even know. I don't think I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
In that regard, do they have to perform a dance?
It's a line dance.
They kill people.
Your footwork is off.
I don't know.
But I need one more prediction from you. I need to know. You said that people are going to die, so I need you to tell me, just have a person in mind.
If Frannon dies, I'm going to be so depressed. So it better not be her. I'll have a person in mind. I don't know. I feel like we don't even have that many names that I remember because I don't care about them. Hold on. I can think. I really hope it's not Rhiannon. Now I'm scared. I didn't think about it. Maybe Riddick. Every time it's oh hey, this character shows up that we suddenly like. They do often die, so that's my guess. I'm gonna guess that Riddick is gonna die.
Okay. And we will see.
Okay.
All right, so thanks for listening. Our next episode is going to cover chapters 12 and 13. And we're so excited about that.
Yes, and you can rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening to it, and you should do that for us so other people can find us.
You should. It would be very nice. We also actually have, I don't know if Briana doesn't know this yet, maybe, but we actually have an Instagram now and a Threads. I haven't gotten to Facebook.
Well, there
and
you
it's
go.
called First Wing Pod.
Perfect. So find us there. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us today. And join us next time, writers.